What's up, guys? So, the new Bond title song for No Time to Die by Billie Eilish finally dropped last night on American time. I don't live on American time, so I'm only getting to hear it now. I just listened to it for the first time, one time, and this is my very raw reaction. I did have about 15 minutes to sit on it while trying to set up this stupid fucking camera angle because tripods are shit and they're never at the level that you want. And I'm sitting very awkwardly so that I don't burn my back on the radiator. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's talk about the song. Like a lot of people, when Billie Eilish was first announced, I kind of went, fuck, because I'm not the biggest fan of Billie Eilish. She's just generic. I don't really get the hype. That one song, Everything I Ever Want or whatever, that's okay. That's like a decent mood piece. But I think there's a lot more interesting choices out there for the artist for the new Bond song. And they kind of very clearly went with her for the audience and the hype rather than if she's really the best choice. So obviously I was a bit apprehensive about this. However, now I have heard the song and it's okay, actually. I kind of liked it. The most obvious problem with it that I thought I was going to have, and I think a lot of people do have, is that it does sound, her vocals are very generic pop singer nowadays. It's all very whispery and throaty and, you know, like all singers sound like that nowadays. It's not just a Billie Eilish thing, but whatever. Billie Eilish is who's in the frame now, so we got to talk about it in the context of her. And like I was listening to the vocals, I was like, yeah, this is what I thought it would be. But the rest of it was pretty decent. I like the orchestrations, like the melody of the song. I know nothing about music. I'm not a musical person, so I don't have a lot of, I can't speak about it on a very technical level. This is just how, like, what I hear, what I feel about it. That's where this is coming from. The lyrics I liked as well. It felt like they put a lot of effort into them, as opposed to the worst Bond song ever, which is Madonna's Die Another Day, which is just trash. They kind of like sat down and were like, okay, we're writing like a James Bond song. Let's put some actual thought into this. And I appreciate that because it could have very easily been, here's just another song and let's move on. I'm Billie Eilish, I'm the biggest pop star in the world right now. You know, and she could just not give a shit. You know, I know she didn't write it. I know like her brother is her songwriter, whatever. I don't care. But they did a decent job with that. One criticism I'm hearing in addition to the vocals is that it sounds kind of generic overall in terms of the last couple of Bond themes. They're really trying to recapture the success of Skyfall, and the Writings on the Wall was a bit of a mixed reaction critically. I really liked it. I don't get what everyone had against that song, but it did win an Oscar. So they're definitely going for that vibe. Very kind of throaty, whispery ballad type of, well, Adele isn't that whispery at times, but whatever, you know what I mean. And that was coming off of the back of the Jack White and Alicia Keys song, which was very experimental and not very popular. And it's a bit, in my opinion as well. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I don't hate it. And some people seem to wish that they had pushed the boat out more and gone for something maybe a bit more experimental, or maybe gone back to the more rockier sound that had come before it with Chris Cornell's theme from Casino Royale, which is maybe my personal favorite Bond theme. It's hard to say because a lot of them are pretty great, and actually the Madonna one is the only one that I don't like at all. So yeah, I thought this might have been worse than the Madonna one, but it actually wasn't. It was much better. Although at the same time that's not hard because that song's really bad. One other kind of complaint I might have about it that I haven't heard as much is those orchestrations, which I said I did like for the most part, but occasionally it sounded like they put in the actual Bond theme into the title song, which they've never really done before. So that was like, you know, because like sometimes like fan songs or songs from video games do that, and they're like not the big official proper songs. So that's what it felt like to me. It was like, I don't know, I felt a bit weird about that. But it's just minute enough that like it didn't bother me hugely. I heard it, I was like, but it does sound nice. Like it's not jarring or anything musically. It's just, as a Bond fan, that's just the type of things that I notice. As I said, I'm not musical, but I am a big Bond fan, so that's what stands out to me. And yes, as is most important, being a Bond fan, it does sound like a Bond song. I mean, I want it to be a good song, but it sounds like a Bond song. It's not just, again, I'm going to harp on Madonna, some pop song that they put in a Bond movie and doesn't really sound very Bondy. Obviously, only the audio is out, so it didn't matter whether or not I closed my eyes or not, but say I was listening to the song and I could close my eyes and be like, yes, I can picture this playing over the top of a title sequence, a beautiful title sequence by Daniel Kleinman with lots of trippy visuals and naked ladies and all that good shit that we love in a James Bond title sequence. I think it will really fit well with that. It has that vibe to it. Again, probably because it sounds very similar to Writings on the Wall and Skyfall before that, but that's not, like, I see why people have a problem with that, but personally that doesn't bother me all that much. It's like a tiny thing. Ultimately, my worry was that the song was going to suck and not be Bondian, but it sounds relatively Bondian. It's a decent enough song. I mean, it's a Bond song. It's a song I'm going to hear bajillions of more times throughout the rest of my entire life, and I think it's probably going to grow on me even more. And I'm really looking forward now to the title sequence, because I'm like, okay, it's not going to annoy me in the title sequence like that fucking Madonna one does in the title sequence to Die Another Day. I hate that song. Anyway, those were my very, very off the cuff and not very well prepared thoughts on Billie Eilish's No Time to Die theme song for the new James Bond movie, which is well documented. I'm very excited for. I'm really looking forward to it. And this seems like they're going in the right direction. Like, the song is good. The trailer looked good. Fingers crossed, man. How can they fuck this up? They better not. They really better not. But whether they do or not, I'm sure I'll be back here to talk about it. Hopefully with a better camera angle. And I will make a bit more sense, because I probably contradicted myself a bunch of times there, because I flagged up a complaint and then went, well, here's a criticism I have about it, but actually I actually like that, because, you know, I don't know, I don't have a script or anything, I'm just making shit up. And it's been a long day. So, thank you very much for watching, dear viewer, of which there are 2 of you, and you guys are my friends and I love you. Yeah, I don't know, if anybody else is watching it and wants to engage in Bond discussion, leave some comments or something, tell me what you thought of Billie Eilish. I know that's not going to happen, so whatever, fuck you. Nah, I'm just kidding. Have a great day. Have a happy Valentine's Day, because it's Valentine's Day that I'm recording it. And yeah, I'll see you, I'll talk to you, probably when No Time to Die comes out. And hopefully, is awesome. So take care.